Hi all. I'm going to assume I'm going to ramble, but it may end up this becoming a silent, sped up version. It depends on one, if I've got anything to talk about, and two, whether Duncan gets a phone call and I have to stop speaking. So you may get a long chatty one, or you may get a partly chatty and partly sped up. We'll have to wait and see. We're just going to continue on the S's is where I left off when I didn't actually do any. We were planning on it. So we're just going to do that. So nothing much has changed really. That bit there is really sticky. So should we zoom in? No, that's zoom out, Sonia. There we go. That should hopefully do the job. Get some wax on here. So what you all been up to? Yesterday I released a game video because I didn't want to sit and do this because I had a really bad head and my pain levels were super high, so I wasn't up for chatting away. I don't know how much I'll be able to chat this time. My hair is annoying the hell out of me, but I forgot to tie it back, so you'll probably see me brushing away. And I know I shouldn't be touching my face or anything, but I'm in complete lockdown and isolation. I'm not going near anyone, so I should be safe. Duncan's had a lot of business calls already this morning, so I've not had time to film anything yet. And as I said, I may not get time to film anything again soon. It may be that I have to do a few silent videos if he's got too many calls on, because he's a very busy man, because he works in the email marketing industry, so he's still got a lot of work on. All the emergency emails from companies going out, so it's a bit of a pain, but he likes it. So what's been going on with you lot? I know that some people are still not quite understanding this lockdown, and there's been police having to break up barbecues and picnics and all sorts. What the hell is wrong with people? Some people just don't really give a damn, do they? My middle son Reese was gutted because he planned a whole golf course inside his house for fun, and then found out that he technically counts as a key worker and has to go to work. Because he fits tyres on vehicles, and for some reason transport stuff means he has to stay open, though to his surprise he was expecting a lot of emergency workers and things getting their cars up together and that, and instead he's had a lot of the general public turn up, because apparently lockdown means that you can go and get your tyres changed. So he's not too happy about that. But he is young and reasonably healthy, so hopefully he should be okay. But again, it's proving that just because you're young and healthy doesn't mean you're going to miss this. So, but he does a house share with my niece, my brother, and their other halves. So it's a reasonable amount of people in the house. But I think him and my brother are the only ones going to work, as far as I know. My brother is actually Reese's boss. They work in the same place. Whereas my niece, shock horror, works for Weatherstones. That's what it's called, isn't it? Weatherspoons. There we go. Weatherspoons, not stones. God, see, told you I'm not with it. Weatherspoons. So for those who haven't seen the current boycott of Weatherspoons, they decided they're not going to pay any of their employees. They will get paid for up to March the 22nd if they've done the work, and then they get nothing until they get a government bailout for the company, you know, that 80% wage thing that you can claim, and then the employees might get some money. But as the Weatherspoons that my niece works in, it actually closed for refurbishment before this lockdown stuff happened, she hasn't actually done any work up to the 22nd. She was on holiday. She took holiday rather than having to travel elsewhere for work. And so now there's no telling what she's going to get paid. Kurt and my sister Leanne still have no idea what McDonald's is going to be paying them, so they're waiting in limbo. So I'm incredibly grateful that Duncan has a salaried job and will be getting the same amount of money no matter what. I obviously am not currently bringing any money into the house anymore because the shop is closed in town. It actually closed before the lockdown. I think a day or so before the lockdown. It just we were supposed to go and collect our stuff, but then the lockdown happened, so we can't collect our stuff. So we're gonna have to wait until after for that. But they've assured us all of our products are safe and secure and being monitored, so hopefully nothing will go missing. But yeah, I've not actually updated my Hippie Life site with any stock at the moment, quite frankly because I couldn't be bothered. Yesterday I just sat and knitted, and I don't think I was doing the bead chemo yesterday, was I? That was the day before, I think. I can't remember now. It's all blurring into one. I just wasn't feeling up to doing much yesterday, so I didn't. But at some point I will get all my stock rephotoed and popped onto Hippie Life, so that at least I've got the stuff up there, even if I can't take any orders, because it depends on Duncan being able to go to the post office, and he works from 9 until 5:30 each day, so can't actually do trips to the post office at the moment. So the chances are I won't actually be selling anything on Hippie Life until after all of this craziness is over, which is a shame. But though I am gonna try to come up with some colouring pages and things that can be digital products that can be sold, so that might be the way I'll go for that. At least if I go with digital, there's no need to go out and post anything. So let me know if anyone's interested in some doodle colouring pages. I can do things, if you've seen my letters J, M and A in my art playlist, I can do things like that, but instead of me colouring anything in, I will just use those as blank things for other people to download and colour in themselves. Don't have on YouTube, but if you've been part of my Facebook or Instagram for many years, I have a bunch of other doodly things that I used to do as well that will make great colouring pages, so I might do some of them as well. I don't know. I suppose it depends if anyone's interested in that sort of thing, but it might be fun to do anyway because it's relaxing, so that's all good, isn't it, really? And don't worry, any coughing I do is because of my asthma, not because of any illness. Because even with all my pumps and medicine, my asthma is still not 100%. As those who listen to my filming of my giant blanket could probably hear. But, you know, needs must. I'm still breathing, that's all that matters. So that looks to be all the S's done. Shall we try to do that B that I missed last time? What was B? 12. So let's just try to grab one. If I can just grab one out. Flip it over. And the B was down here. So there we go, that's the B that I missed. So I don't think I've missed any others for the minute. So let's do the V's, and that should finish that section off then, shouldn't it? Number 15. Prepare for lots of rattling again. As I said, can't be helped, it's just the way it is. It's lovely and sunny out. It's typical, isn't it? Now that everyone has to stay indoors, the weather is lovely. But then maybe that's just Mother Nature saying, see, if you stop destroying my planet, I will give you lovely weather. That's the one thing about all this, it's working wonders for the climate, for the planet. It's going to start healing, which would be nice. Because let's face it, all of the fumes and things we put in it are really not good. Right, so breathe. Check your interview. So I hope no one else has actually come down ill, not just with corona but with anything, because I know there's other bugs going around. My ex-sister-in-law and my niece have had sickness bugs since Friday, so there's definitely other bugs going around, so hopefully you can all avoid them if you're staying indoors. And those of you that have to go out to work, I hope you manage to avoid any idiots who don't know how to stay indoors. Duncan was finally able to go and get some shopping for us yesterday, so that was nice, and Kurt got his shopping in. So now we've got a good amount of food for a little bit. Yeah, enough to last a week or so, which would be nice. Really want to go out for a walk, because you're allowed one walk a day, but I can't, because I can't guarantee I won't walk past idiots who don't follow the rules, and due to being on the high risk category I can't take that risk, which sucks. So I'm doing my exercise by playing Beat Saber, and before this all happened my sister very kindly lent me the Wii Fit. Mally still has a Wii. We sold ours a while ago, but I really wanted to play on Wii Fit again, and it turned out my twin sister still had it, so she lent me that, so I'm going to get that set up and play that too. And I still have my wobble cushion, trying to improve my balance. I'm not very good on it. I can last around 20 seconds standing on it before I fall over again. But that's an improvement, because before I could only last like 2 seconds. In fact, I think the first time I went on I didn't even last that long. So it's going up, it's improving, which is all good. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of these, was there? Got a couple of ones dotted about here, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Oh, awesome. What number was that again? 15? Yeah, let's put this away. So let's do K. Which is number 17. That's 16. 13, 14. Obviously, pop 17 somewhere. 19 and 20. This is good. Where's 17? Oh, I just did that. What did I do wrong? Be right back. I'm back. I worked out what I did. I just missed a bunch of K's when I did the K's before, because apparently I'm a twit. So I'm guessing I did K's on the first video and I missed loads. So how many of you are shouting at the screen, Sonia, you're a twit, you've missed a bunch? Because clearly I'm a twit. I missed quite a few. But I lifted up the ones with my tweezers that I've already done in this colour, and I definitely did the K's. I didn't use the colour for a different one. So I'm just a twit, plain and simple. So was that all of the K's before I pack them back away? I think it is. See, but this is what I do. I miss loads and then confuse myself because I'm clever like that. But there we are. It's done. think Duncan's going to take lunch soon and get on with our food, so I'll probably stop when he makes it. Let's do C. We've got quite a few C's here. Why does this keep folding back down today? Let's put that on there. Rattle, I'm sorry. So C is number 4. So 2, 3, and 4. Put the scissors in, that'll stop it coming up on it. That would be helpful if I actually use the scissors to cut open the packet first. Full on clever today, aren't I? So, C's are grey. So, still not getting any nice blue in it yet, but we'll do that as and when needed. I'll probably move on to L's or H's after this one, so we might get some blue at that point. But for now, let's do the C's. Don't know how well you can see what I'm doing on them, but if I zoom in too close, you're not actually going to see it all, because I'll just end up going off camera because I'll forget to move it, because we all know what I'm like. So the plan when I've finished this is to put all the footage together without me talking over and just speed it all up for one complete fast run through of making it. What do you guys think of that idea? Do you like that idea? That way those who want to see it done but don't want to listen to me ramble for an hour or more don't have to. Which is usually a good plan. I'm not sure if this camera is currently saving the footage as 2 separate videos so that we don't have my up here I've got the or down there the secondary video with my face. I think I forgot to turn on doing 2 videos, so that I've got a second video in it, so it's just purely the diamond painting. So it might be that even when I do a fast up you're going to see my ugly mug in there anyway. But you can just ignore that. Just haven't bothered checking the settings because, well, I was lazy and didn't want to be honest. In the end, I don't think most of you care if it's got my ugly mug up in the corner or down in the corner, wherever it blooming is. Because you're just going to be watching the 5D part of it anyway, so you can ignore that part and pretend it's not there. Because hopefully that never blocks the actual 5D painting part of it. So it might be like a cut off a section of the video that doesn't need it, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how it looks. Well, I did put post out for you lot to give me questions so that I could have something to talk about rather than just rambling or whatever pops in my head. But nobody gave me any questions. I know that I've pretty much tell you guys everything anyway, so there's probably not a lot that you don't know about me and things, but questions would have helped. But doesn't mean I'm going to stop doing these videos, because, you know, I'll just find a rambling or speed it up, even if no one wants to know anything, because I enjoy doing them, quite frankly. But, you know, it's handy if I do have some questions, so if you do have any questions, please do give me some. It doesn't have to be about 5D painting, it doesn't even have to be about crafts. I usually have to answer most things. I know some of you really aren't enjoying the puzzle pictures that I put up, videos that I put up, because it's getting low views, but I'm not really bothered. If you don't like them, you don't watch them, that's fine. I just like putting them up there for the few people who do like watching them, because I know Nathan liked the first one so much he ended up buying the game. So, you know, it might be something showing you guys something that someone else might like, and you can say, oh, but this game's good, you can get that. I'm not affiliated with them in any way, so I don't get anything when anyone buys them or anything. It's just I enjoy doing them and sharing it with you guys. There's a lot of C's dotted around, so I'm trying to make sure I catch them all. I'm going to end up with a repeat of the K's, aren't I, and have to go back and put a load more in place at some point. But never mind if I do, it doesn't matter. I'm not really bothered, because it's just relaxing. Though, how far I got on the last video makes me realise just how long I spend doing these, because it never seems like I spend a long time doing them, but as I'm working around the same pace I work when I'm not recording, because I'm just chatting away, not actually having to teach anything, this is probably about how long it really takes me to do them anyway, so I don't actually get them done as fast as I thought I did. I never really bothered how long it takes me to do them because it's fun, but it makes me realise how many hours I do spend sat here making them, because the eye one that I didn't record. I did that in 2 days, I think it was. So it tells me I pretty much spent the entire 2 days doing nothing but 5D painting. Which, you know, nothing wrong with that. Not as if I can go outside and do anything. I should really be working on my crochet tutorials and things, so I'm taking a little break from crochet, because that was all I was doing for a while. Both this year and last year I spent more time doing crochet than anything else. So I'm just having a little break and enjoying doing other things. So when I'm not doing this, I'm doing knitting the extra fine lace shawl that I'm doing, which I know some of you have seen on my catch-up videos. I'm on row 120 of it, so only 40 more rows to go, which won't sound like a lot, but as they get bigger, each round gets bigger, it takes even longer to get around, so there's still many hours worth in there yet. But it'll be worth it when it's done. I don't know what size it's going to come out, because the last time I made this pattern I used, I think it was probably a 3 or 4 ply yarn, I'm not sure, it wasn't labelled. It was another cone of yarn, but it was definitely a much thicker yarn than what I'm currently using. And that came out a really nice size, but I don't know what size this is going to come out. If it doesn't come out as big as I would like, then I might try to do some kind of edging on it or something, I don't know. Just have to wait and see, really. I'm going to try to find a crochet pattern I like that will also work well in that yarn, and crochet a nice lace, super lace weight shawl as well at some point, but I'm not in a hurry to pick up crochet yet. I just want to relax, especially as I'm not likely to be selling any of it for a while anyway, so there's no huge hurry to get things made, because no one's going to be wearing nice pretty shawls out anywhere, because nobody can go out anywhere. So I'm probably not going to get any real sales until next year now. There might be people buying toys and things for Christmas, but that's probably going to be about it. With no one being able to have parties or anything, there's not really going to be many more things to make for. Which is nice, because it actually gives me a year to really concentrate on the stuff I want to make, instead of just the good seller stuff. So that come next year I have a really lovely range, and I could go and do a really big artisan market if I wanted. because you can't really do them without having a really large amount of stock, which I don't have. Don't get me wrong, I do have a reasonable stock, but not enough to do a big multi-day event or something, because you tend to sell a lot of things at them and I don't have enough. Though the Cuckoo Fair that I usually go to every year as a customer type thing, not do stores, has officially been cancelled, which is the first time in a very, very, very long time. It's a historical event that's been happening for as long as I can remember. So it's going to be weird not going to it this year. And I know lots of other people were doing other events that have been cancelled, so there's a lot of people who are crafty, self-employed people who are going to be in trouble this year for their incomes, which is not good. And of course, even though the government's giving bailout money to some employees and employers, people like us, we don't fit in any of those brackets, so we don't get anything. So we just have to say goodbye to the money, which sucks. But it's a risk we take when we take on this sort of industry, so not much we can do about it. You're not taking your lunch at 12 now?
Not just yet. Got to be 12:30.
Yep, so you got me for a little while, you're not taking lunch yet. Told him to put his phone on loud so I can actually hear the ringer. He normally has it on vibrate. Just if I need to turn off, I need to be able to know that the phone call's coming through. And because I'm so oblivious to most things, I wouldn't notice the vibrations. I don't know what else to chat about. This is why I need questions, so I know what else to ramble about, because I'm not really doing much obviously at the moment, so there's not much to let you know what's going on. Resorted my clothes, got chest of drawers upstairs now, and they were full and being really hard to get things into, so instead of folding them up nicely, I've actually rolled them up, and now I have a load of space. Turns out rolling your clothes up instead of folding them up into drawers creates a large amount of space, so now I have room to put more stuff in if needs be, which is really nice. Not that I have a lot of clothes, you probably notice that I wear a lot of the same things over and over again. That's because I don't have a lot of clothes, but chest of drawers don't have a lot of space in them. They look like they would, but they don't when you fold up the clothes. When you're a larger lady like me, you know, your clothing is bigger, and so it takes up more space. So this rolling malarkey is actually quite good. I don't remember where I saw it. It was on one of those shows about tidying and things. It might have been that one everyone was memeing about before. I can't remember the name. But wherever I saw it, it was really good advice. I just kicked my light, so I don't know if that adjusted it anywhere. I'm sorry if it did. I think you can still see me fine, can't you? Mally has stood up on his phone again. What are you doing?
Lunch break.
Huh?
Because it's lunch break.
Yeah, but why you just stood up on your phone with all the furniture around?
I don't know.
He's literally just stood in the middle of the room on his phone. He's got 2 chairs right beside him, but no, he's stood up.
Yes, but when you spend hours sitting down, sometimes it's nice to just stand up. For
Very true. He's got the very typical teenage look now. He's always got his hoodie on with his hood up. He's become Kevin. for those who remember who Kevin is. But he doesn't have a Perry to go with him. He's just on his lonesome. But he makes enough stropping enough for both of them. I'm sorry, yawning away here. I'm still waking up a lot earlier than I used to. I don't know if it's the magnesium or what, but it's quite nice. In fact, today I woke up late compared to what I've been waking up. Because I didn't wake up until, I don't know, 9, 10 o'clock, something like that. Which used to be early for me, but recently that's become late for me. Which is shocking. But then again, I also am sleeping much earlier. I went to bed really early again, for me. I used to not sleep until like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. What time did we go to bed last night?
I think it went up around 10:30.
Yeah, 10:30. That's very early for me. I'm normally awake and raring to go at that time. And instead, Duncan was more awake than me. In fact, I asked him if we can go to bed instead of the other way round. That sounds really bad, asking permission to go to bed. No, we'd like to go up to bed together. So we don't disturb each other coming in and out after. Though there is the odd occasion that he's gone up before me and I try to sneak in. But there's nothing worse than being disturbed from a nice sleep by someone else climbing in the bed. So we try to go up together. And I was actually more tired than him for once, so that was weird and nice. Now I'm seeing the actual morning instead of only afternoons. I'm getting so much more done, which is lovely. I will do a catch-up video at some point, but right now there's not anything to show you. Because you can't really tell how much further I've got on the shawl, because of course it's all bunched up together on the knitting needles. And obviously you've seen me doing this, there's no point in me showing you that. And quite frankly, I haven't done anything else. The Kimahimo that I did, I don't have the right size end clasps, so until I can buy them, I can't finish that off, so I can't show you that. So, nothing to show you. And I don't want to do a catch up and say, well, I did this and did this, but you can't actually see it, because that would just be boring. I did realise I forgot to show you the eye 5D painting on the catch up that I did last time. But I know those who follow my Instagram would have seen it because I popped it up on there. Notice I've had a few new members to my Facebook group, so hi, welcome, glad you come along. The one I accepted today was actually here from my Inkle Loom video, so I don't know if she'll watch this one. But it's nice to have a variety of different crafters, and I hope to get some more Inkle Loom videos done. Actually, it's probably the next project. Rather than do a 5D painting and chat, I will either do a bead weaving or Inkle Loom weaving one. I haven't decided which yet, but I'll have it pre-set up, and so that I'm only doing the weaving, so otherwise I'd have to keep moving in and out of camera, which would be a pain. But then you'll actually get to see me weave an entire thing instead of just a quick example of what to do. So that might be quite nice. If you've got a preference, whether it's the bead weaving or weaving on the Inkle Loom, or even weaving on the frame looms, I have those little small kiddie frame looms. I could do something on that. I don't use them much, but I could probably come up with a wall hanging or something to do on it. So maybe leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see me craft next while we do the crafting chat. I know I've got the Craftiosity boxes to do, but I'm kind of waiting for more of summery hot weather, because those ones I will need to do in the actual craft room, because some of them involve using water and paints and things, which I don't want to do at this setup. I want to do that away from any furniture, so that'd be in the downstairs craft room over there, because right now I'm actually in my lounge. The table that I'm using doesn't really fit in my craft room, because it's a small room, and by the time I put my shelves and my photography stuff in there, it basically ran out of room. So the table's in the lounge, and behind me is my daybed that I normally sit at when I'm not filming. So I haven't had to move far, but this is kind of my area. Most people don't use the table unless we're having games night or something, so at some point I will set up some puzzles on here and do some jigsaw puzzles, which I will probably film as silent speed puzzling rather than chatting, but I don't know, we'll see how everyone's feeling. It might be that sometimes I'll do speed filming and sometimes I'll do a little puzzle and chat or something, because I do like my jigsaw puzzles. I did start filming one of my puzzles a while ago, but I had it set up on my study desk and I didn't get it finished before I had to go back to study, so I had to just take it all down. So now that we've got the table in here, I can do more puzzles and not have to worry about moving them, because we're not about to have a game night anytime soon, are we? So I can't remember what puzzles I've got. I've got a range of different ones, so I'll probably just grab any random one and do that. I have a Frozen, you know, the Disney movie Frozen one, so that's a nice and simple one. I can't remember if that's 500 pieces or 1,000, I can't remember, but it is a basic one, so it's probably more like 500, whereas the rest of them are definitely 1,000 pieces in that. But the problem with the Frozen one, it's more of a panoramic one, so it doesn't actually fit in my puzzle case, so I had to take that one down after I done it because it couldn't be stored, whereas the basic normal shape 1,000-piece puzzle fits into my puzzle case, so worst comes to worst I can just fold that up out of the way and put it over against a wall or something. That's the problem when they make these odd shaped puzzles, they don't think about the cases that they provide. They don't fit odd shaped puzzles in them. I need some more wax. Can't actually see how long I've been filming for because it's too light. Let me put my hand, and there we go, now I can see the timeline, which you can't see. 24 minutes. I've managed to find stuff to ramble about. Who knew? It's because I can talk for no reason about anything. I suppose it comes with being silent most of the day and having no one to talk to. Because even though Duncan's here, he's working away hard, so I can't keep interrupting him to chat to him. Especially if he's on business calls, I can't chat at all. So, probably get it all out now, so that when I do speak, when I do have to be silent, I don't think they're going, oh, I need to talk. I'm sure some of you understand that urge to talk just for the sake of talking, rather than actually having anything really important to say. Because let's face it, I never have anything important to say. I've got nothing in my life that's important enough to say anything about it. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Nice, simple, mostly relaxed life. so silent in here. I used to believe silence was golden. Now I just think it's boring and I need to talk. I'm one of those ones who don't like awkward silences and finds the need to fill it. Which annoys some people. But you know what? Yeah, that's your problem, not mine. You know, as long as it's not interrupting anything important, like someone's study or something, then what's it matter if I'm chatting away? You can just ignore me and block me out if you want. Now, these C's do go for quite a while, don't they? I didn't realise how far these ones went. There's a lot of random ones all over the place. There's a bunch that side, but I'll turn it around in a minute to do that. I'm just trying to see if there's any more this side I've missed a minute. Probably is, you know me, I miss a lot. I'll find them later. It's not the end of the world if I miss them though, because I just go back and do them later. It's not going to ruin it or anything, doing it at a later date. Can you spot any more? I know my head disappears sometimes from that bit, but you can't track me because it's attached to the actual flip screen. So once I put the flip screen at an angle, that's where it stays. So even though I bend down in front, you just get to see the top of my head. Which I'm sure is really boring, but chances are you're not even looking at the top of my head anyway. Right, I think it's probably time to turn that around and get the other side. I do press these all down, but I usually do it off camera after I finish filming. Excuse me, sorry. Because there's not usually a good reason to do it straight away. You know, as long as it's being ready flat, it doesn't really matter, you know. So let's try to get the C's that are on this side now. Ooh, that middle bit is really stuck. Scissors there. So yeah, that shows you most of the board. So no, that's a D with a gap. There's the C. It's a good job the C's and D's are drastically different. Where did that one come from? That one's in the wrong place. I must have dropped it at some point and not noticed. It's in the right place now though. You can speak, they don't care.
What would you like for lunch?
I don't know, what are my options?
Jacket, protein balls and mash, stew and dumplings.
Did you manage to get any new salad stuff?
Yes.
Could I have a jacket then, please?
Okay.
Jacket potato, in case you're wondering. I do like my jacket potatoes. And basically my salad is a bag of mixed leaves, spinach, baby lettuce, all that sort of stuff. I'm not particularly keen on iceberg lettuce and cucumber and tomatoes as a side salad. I'll eat them in things, but they're not the sort of salad I like for an actual salady thing. I like more mixed leaves and things. And of course spinach is really good for you, so I love eating that. And rocket I really like. But I don't put any like vinaigrette or salad saucy stuff on them. I just eat them as they are. trying to reduce my fat, so I'm not having any cheese or vegan cheese on anything, which I'm greatly missing, but you know what, the food still tastes good, so it doesn't matter that I don't have it on there. Wanted to make a starter dough thing for sourdough bread, but don't have the right ingredients in, and the old starter I used to have disappeared a long time ago. I think we used it all up and gave it to other people, and I don't know anyone who currently has a live starter, and we're having a little trouble finding yeast for a bread machine, because we have a bread machine, but people obviously are making their own bread more often, so Tesco's didn't have any yeast. And we've got the wrong flour for a starter because we've got bleached, and apparently unbleached is better for that sort of stuff, but bleached is the standard flour for us, so it's more, unbleached is more of a speciality item over here. And I can't go wandering around any shop trying to find a shop that works, how it sells it, because obviously I can't just go wandering around at the moment. So I might have to find some online that sells some, but I don't really like buying from shops that I don't know, so that I know that it's high quality stuff and been stored properly and all that, you know. If anyone's got any good tips for making a starter, that would be great. There's so many different recipes out there, knowing which one to use is quite hard. I actually need a gluten-free one for me, but again, the gluten-free flour I got is the wrong flour, so I'd have to get the right one, which I don't think Tesco's even sell. I think I buy the only gluten-free flour they sell. We're getting there. Kind of spot the random C's that are everywhere now. Still on camera, that's good. I know I still go off camera a lot for doing things, and I'm sorry about that, but I'm not particularly good at remembering where I should be within the system. I know some people mark out where the camera line is, but well, I've never got around to doing that either. You'd think I would have by now. But I'm not too fussed, and I don't think most people mind too much if it goes off camera ever so slightly. I know a few people do, but you know, they're the sort of people who just moan Mary how about anything and everything. Had one person on TikTok moan that the music stopped halfway through the video. It's like, that's the length of the music, I don't choose it, I just pick one out of the ones that are on there. It's not as if I'm composing the music and putting it on there. It's like, plus the music is not really the point. The point was the knitting. If you come for the music, you're on the wrong follower, because I'm not there for the music. I'm there to share my crafty stuff. It's like a lot of people do all those really fun dances and challenges and things, and lip syncing to various things on there, which are fun to watch, but it's not my sort of thing. I just go on there to share all my crafts, and to see what my niece is up to, because she's on there doing things. So I'm not on there for a large amount of fun. It's fun for me to do the videos for crafting. I just lip syncing to things and doing dances. I'm not up to that nowadays. I'm too old. I'm old and knackered. If I tried to dance now, I'd probably fall over. But It could be funny for a lot of people, but not so much for me. Trying to see if there's any more C's or if we've got them all. I'm bound to have missed one or two, but you know, as long as we've got most of them, we should be good. I think we are. I think that's probably pretty good. So let's put the remaining drills away. If anyone's got any ideas what I can do with all these leftover drills, please do let me know. So let's just fold that back down and turn it back around the other way. I know that wasn't very neatly folded, but I will fold it down neater later. I'm not really fussed right now, you know. So roll this back a bit again. And let's do, should we do the L's or the H's? Should we do the L's, because that has to really close up that gap there and a few here. Oh look, 2 C's that I missed at the beginning. What am I like? One C there. Can't see, I'm just dipping in and trying to get one. Which doesn't always work, but sometimes it does. Ooh, it ran away. And 1 C, you can't even see, look, I missed 2 C's here. Here and here. That one. And that one. So right at the beginning, how did I miss that? Because I was a twit, that's how. Right. So, what did I say? I was going to do owl, didn't I? So, number 10. Oh, number 10's right in front of me. Woohoo! Please do share any crafts you do in the craft group. I love seeing them all. We're just all trapped in the moment. Seeing what everyone's doing is really kind of nice. It's been a bit quiet on the group recently. I've tried to keep a little conversation going about what's going on and things, but I guess everyone's so busy with trying to sort their lives out at the moment with everything going on. We just don't have time to sit and craft quite so much, so I'm not seeing quite so many things come up. Except Jo, who is making the awesomest cuddly monster toys, which I'm just loving each time she does them. There's so many really cool ones. It's just, I think she should just keep making them forever and you'll never see the same one twice if you could. Though she makes the same ones a few times because they're so adorable and people want them. Duncan is out cooking now, so I will probably stop soon for lunch. And then I know he's got some business calls this afternoon, so I probably won't come back on, so this may end up being slightly shorter than the hour last time round, though we are, give or take 40 minutes, so you might be. But this is the fun, you can just listen to me ramble while you're doing your own thing. And as I'm not counting out numbers or things, I wouldn't be putting you off of your calculations in what you're doing. Because that's the one thing, I do love watching other people do the work, but if they're counting out numbers, I get really thrown about what I'm counting out. I'm still really far behind on pretty much everyone's YouTube videos. I've just not really had the time to sit down and really watch anything that's more than a couple of minutes. Some of your videos I'm watching in like sections, and then by the time I've got to the end of that I've forgotten to comment. But some I've not managed to watch at all, so I will catch up at some point, but I hope you're all doing well. one day I might actually have time to sit back and watch Jan's lives that I always miss, but they're always so long I don't normally have time to sit back and watch them. But one day, hopefully. But yesterday I spent the time watching Disney movies because we've got Disney Plus. Started by watching that Jeff Goldblum, The World According to Jeff Goldblum. Fascinating, absolutely awesome stuff. Some really interesting things, the way he's gone in and looked into like the history of it and things. It's been really quite cool. So we got halfway through that season before we decided we wanted it to last a little longer, so we probably should stop watching it. And then I watched the live action Lady and the Tramp and the live action Lion King. I don't remember what we watched after that. Not a clue. I want to watch, well, I want to have a look at the High School Musical series. I loved the movies. Yes, I'm a big musical fan. But I don't know much about this series, so I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it or not, so I need to have a look at that. But that's something I'd watch when the rest aren't about, really, because it's my thing, not theirs. And I try not to torture them too much with my musicals. Unless I'm feeling mean. And I do. It's like one of my Mother's Day presents is delayed because it doesn't come out until next Monday, and that's Frozen 2. And I told Duncan that part of my Mother's Day he has to watch it with me. Which he's not particularly happy about. But he'll watch it. He finds he likes some of them after I make him watch them, and he realises they're not so bad. Because he likes Mamma Mia, he watches Mamma Mia with me. 1 and 2. At some point I'll watch Halloween Town, because I'm so excited about that being on there. Nowhere in the UK sells the Halloween Town movies DVDs, and nowhere have been streaming them. So now that we have Disney Plus, I can watch them again. I don't know why they never released them as DVDs over here, but you can only get them in America. And even if I ordered it and had it shipped over, I don't have a device that would play on because it's the wrong coding. So I'm just kind of stuck with only able to watch them if somewhere is actually streaming them or showing them on actual TV, which very rarely done. Can't remember how I watched them the first time around. I think maybe it was like Hallmark or something, I don't know. But I got to watch them for once. Each movie I got to watch once, and that's it. I haven't been able to watch any of them since. So I'm kind of looking forward to being able to watch them. I hope the sound in the microwave isn't too loud for you guys. That's my jacket cooking, I expect. Don't remember what I was just talking about. Halloween Town, wasn't it? Yeah. Does anyone else like Halloween Town? I just like Halloween, so anything that's like that. Or any witchy stuff, I like witch stuff. Like The Good Witch. Has anyone ever seen the Good Witch movies and TV show? I really like them. I've seen them all. It's something I'd like to get on DVDs at some point, but again, I've not looked, so I don't know if it is actually available on DVD. Yeah, 10. Just checking I've got the right ones here. Gonna need a few more than that. You can't see, but I am pouring that into my little tray. Some more wax. The microwave is being very loud. Just watched some V's that I missed because I'm good like that. I'll try to find more that I miss. I just miss so many each time. But what I tend to do is once I've got most of the large chunks done is go over each section and see where there's like here the gaps of ones that need doing, and I'll do them and fill in the gaps. So it doesn't really matter if I miss some because I can always just go back and fill in the gaps later. So my next door neighbour, who's been visiting family in Australia for a while, is still there. She's kind of stuck, not being able to come home at the moment. So she's getting to swim with dolphins daily. How nice is that? I'd love to be able to do that. It's been quite cool, all her pictures. You get to see the koala bears and the kangaroos and all sorts. So she's having a really nice time. And she's staying with family, so it's not as if she has to worry about hotel fees or anything. So it's not too bad for her being stuck out there. So I gather Audible is doing a bunch of free books for kids. So if your kids like listening to books being read to them, that might be a really good place to go and check. I don't know what ones there are, I've not looked, because as I said, I'm working my way through the Wheel of Time books. But I saw a post earlier about them supposedly doing a whole bunch of free books. And a bunch of authors are doing free readings as well. I believe David Williams, is it? And his books, children's books, are being handed out for free online, Audible. I don't know if it's Audible itself.
Just dishing you up now.
Oh, that's my food. So I am probably going to head off, and I probably won't do any more today. So I'll edit this one and pop this one up, and then maybe tomorrow I'll film again, depending on how I feel. But we're getting there on here, slowly but surely. Gets the job done, doesn't it? Just going to get these last two in place, so no point tipping them back if I can use them. Put that one there. There we go. Okay, so we're getting there. Not even halfway yet, and we're, well, just shy of 2 hours in, because we're now, what, 50 minutes? So, but we're getting there, slowly. Let's come back out. So, no, that's in. I'd never get that right. Focus. What happened to the focus? Come on, camera. Focus. Let's... Why is it not focusing? No, focus has gone. I don't know what's going on there. Good job, I'm about to finish. I'll see you all later. You take care. Bye.